for Fight Day. I'm Maggie Krol, standing alongside Tim Boetsch, who will be fighting Hector Lombard this Saturday at UFC 149. Talk about a surprise opponent for you. How does your training camp and things kind of shift when you have somebody on short notice?
Well, actually didn't have to change that much. The key to winning this fight is going to involve a lot of footwork, and the fight I had with Michael Bisping involved a lot of footwork, trying to catch up with him, chase him down, and then convince him to fight. But for this fight, the footwork is still key, so I didn't have to adjust that much. I do have to worry about Hector's knockout power, which will be very interesting to see how I cope with that early in the fight, but I think I'm very capable of dealing with that.
Speaking of Hector's heavy hands, how do you view him as an overall athlete?
He's an amazing athlete. The guy's a physical specimen. You look at him, he looks scary. He's a judo Olympian. He's competed at the highest levels. He's a former Bellator world champion. The guy's a heck of an athlete, and on top of all of that, he's a natural-born killer. The guy likes to fight. He likes to hurt people. He likes to knock people out. So he's got all the ingredients of being, a world-class level fighter, and that's what he's here to prove in the UFC. But he's not going to prove it against me on Saturday night.
Now, how seriously do you take this specific fight? A lot of people say, he hasn't fought guys that have, the caliber as you and guys in the UFC. How do you take that?
I would agree. He hasn't fought the level of athlete that's here at the UFC, but, he's strung 25 wins in a row together. That doesn't happen by accident. He's definitely doing something right, and he knows how to use his tools well. So he's a heck of a fighter. I'm not taking anything away from him.
Does anything about his winning streak pose a threat to you, or does it not bother you at all?
Some guys might be intimidated by that paper trail of 25 wins in a row and look at that and be intimidated, but for me it doesn't mean anything. I'm not part of that win streak, and I'm going to break the win streak on Saturday night.
So you just came from a win over Yushin Okami, and this Saturday, if you do win, there's some title contention talks for you.
Absolutely, and that's exactly where I want to be. I want to get that title shot, and I want to be the guy that takes the belt away from Anderson.
Does that put on even more pressure for this fight?
Not really. This fight is big. It's the biggest fight I've been in my life, fighting a former world champion. So it was a big fight from the get-go, and the fact that it puts me into title contention just makes me want it even more, but I don't think that adds any extra pressure. It's a big fight regardless of where it puts me.
What kind of fight do you think it's going to be? You think it's going to be very exciting for the fans this Saturday?
Absolutely. This is probably going to be the most exciting fight on the card. Hector's very explosive, looks to take people's heads off, and I do the same thing. We both move forward and are explosive and hit hard, so the fans are going to love this one.
Thank you. Best of luck.
Thank you very much.